I know that the Koopa Troop are never the brightest bulbs in the socket, but why the hell are you guarding today's plot device in the break room? You know this is the reason Bowser won't give you that second microwave. Come on, guys. Come on. The 90s must have been an amazing time to be a Mario fan. You get series-defining games like Super Mario World and Super Mario RPG, and you also got to see the success of the series fanning out with Super Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Mario Golf. But the flip side is that you also got to see Nintendo floundering around and pandering to new demographics who just didn't want to know. Games like the early childhood Mario games, Mario Activity Centers, and Mario Educational games, which lead us to today with the strange example of watching Charles Martinet try to explain to 7-year-olds how to type with a PC game.
Welcome to the outside world. You're going to be typing one letter at a time. I know you can do it.
Yeah, it was a weird time. One thing you may be wondering is why am I playing this game, and why am I not playing the original game first? Well, here's the funny thing. Mario Teaches Typing 2, a typing tutor video game, was released with a story mode. Yes, this game has an actual narrative structure to it, and while that's hilarious, just watch one of the cutscenes for a bit. Just watch. Yeah, Brainstorm, the company behind this game, actually did a great job in animating around a half hour of scenes in this game. It's definitely a mile above Hotel Mario, and that was made by 5 people Phillips found at Home Depot. So at least Brainstorm and Interplay weren't peddling a cynical shell to people who bought it out of the back of a catalog that was mailed to you. Yeah, that's how I got a copy of this back in the day. But the other thing is that Mario Teaches Typing 2 is a game that has a tiny niche. People needing a typing tutor with a class of exclusively 7-year-olds. And that's because this game is completely ineffective for anyone else. The game's engine cannot process the typing speed of people who can already type well. And that means the player is getting hit for mistakes and lowering their WPM for no reason. And it's even more galling when you hit the advanced sections of this game, and the game transitioning Mario from one area to the other is still running the clock and knocking down your WPM. It's like if a team won a basketball game 119 to 120 because the refs decided to have the last 4 seconds clocked down while they were in the middle of making a ruling. Now, while I was researching this game and deciding whether or not to even do this video, I noticed something interesting. While Mario Teaches Typing 2 isn't a cynical cash grab, it also wins the dubious honor of laziest video game sequel ever made. Because do you remember the story mode they added to this game? Well, guess what? That was the only thing that Brainstorm added to this game from the original. This game isn't so much as a sequel to the first as it is a port of the original with some slight animation work. The game retains the same levels, script to type, and the backgrounds as the first game, and come on guys, if you're gonna blatantly release the same game a second time, was it really too much to ask you to sit down at your own keyboards for a second and write 10 sentences of new script? The only good thing that came out of this period of Nintendo's life is that it thankfully never caught on, and the company left it to others who actually gave a shit in making educational stuff that could engage players. Now, this could be a bit of the rose-colored glasses syndrome, but this isn't a bad game. It's one that exists for zero benefit and zero harm to the customers or the market. I mean, it is a fact that this sequel was literally a port of another game with one bell and one whistle added, and that only a minuscule amount of users can get benefits from using it due to the inability for the software to read input quickly or output text at more than one speed, which is what makes the easy levels nearly impossible to get higher than 30 WPM in. But the worst that this game can do is be an oddball. It produces no contempt, and no one currently alive will ever remember this game because the only way you can run it is to somehow get a copy of Windows 3.1 booted up. And thankfully this happened to be the last stab at the educational market that Nintendo took with the Mario property, so next week we'll be moving on to some more obvious choices. But until then, let's get this non-essential game out of the way with a scoreboard. And to cap off this video with a so-so victory for gamers. See you next time, viewer.